Hey guys, Alex Eastwood here, just touching base on what the portfolio is looking like as of today. Today is March 13th, and the Roth is looking to be about 6% today. I'm up $96. The largest stock that I own right now would be Misty, MSTY. That's the Yield Max MSTR Option Income Strategy ETF. I'm up $1.53 right now. My connection is a little slow because of the wind. We've got some weather going on today. But currently I am down almost 10% in total returns. But as of today, I'm up 8%. So my average cost is $22.56. And I have 52 shares. And I also have a pending dividend of $72.94 with the amount per share of $1.38. Normally it's around $1.80 or more. Misty has been one of my highest paying monthly dividend paying stocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what my strategy is. And some people might not agree. They might say that that's a stupid strategy to have, is to be buying monthly stocks, because as dividend investors, you should be focusing on growth dividend stocks or lower yield dividend paying stocks, which would be less volatile for later on. So I get that 100%, but my view of it all is I want to be able to put more into my Roth rather than just $7,000 a year. I would rather put in, $2,700 or $3,000 a month as compared to just $7,000 a year. So my strategy that I want to try is just to buy a decent amount of monthly paying dividend stocks, and then instead of reinvesting those dividends that I'm getting from those monthly paying dividend stocks, I'm going to be rolling over those dividends into the more well-known companies, like Coca-Cola, Altria, Vici, SCHD, VOO, and I just want to continue growing those, but also adding more growth dividend stocks, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Starbucks, etc. So that's my strategy that I'm going to try, and I'm going to try and post more monthly videos just to show my progress and all this stuff. But after I get done talking about what stocks I actually own, I'll switch over to the spreadsheet that I created that I've actually really, really enjoyed managing and keeping up with that, because I kind of see it as more like a journal in a way, which is, in my opinion, more beneficial than just watching your Robinhood account grow or decline. But as of right now, we're currently technically in like a red week because of all the tariffs that Trump is putting out. So I see it as a great time to be buying into, the stocks that, I find interesting and have really good dividend yields and dividend payouts. But I feel like this is a perfect time to buy into those monthly paying dividend stocks so I can further grow the portfolio value. So just starting from the top, I don't have very many shares of any of this stuff because I just kind of redid my whole thought process and portfolio. So I don't have very many shares of these currently because I want to focus on Misty right now. I want to get Misty up to about 1,000 shares, but currently right now the goal is 100. I'm almost there. I'm halfway, a little over halfway there at 52 shares, almost 53 right now. And I'm putting in $1,500 a month until I cap out for the year, but I still have another $1,300 to pay into 2024, and then I'll be able to start my 7,000 max contribution to 2025. So starting from the top, I've got Chevron at 0.02 shares, Coca-Cola at 0.06 shares, Altria at 1.13, Vici Properties at 1.99, so almost 2, SCHD at 1.15, MSTY, or Misty, I call it Misty, at 52.95, almost 53 shares, O, which is Realty Income, at 0.09, Orchid Capital at 3.94, Oxford Square Capital, at 17.54, VOO at 0.008. I really want to get this one up. And then I've got ALX at one share. This is an ETF, and I like it because it has my name. I know it's not a real good reason to buy into a stock, but I do like the dividend as well as the dividend yield. It's a lot higher than what I would normally buy into, but the 52-week high is 251.63, and then the 52-week low is 184.76. I bought in at a little bit higher than what I wanted to, but my average cost is 205.97, and I'm at a positive on the stock at 3.2%. And then BITO. BITO is a Bitcoin ETF, and I'm also positive on this one at 4.2%. So that is the current portfolio right now. I'm going to go ahead and move over to the spreadsheet. Okay, so we are currently at the spreadsheet that I made. This is just the total net worth front page that I have, just to basically show how much I'm currently making monthly, quarterly, and annually. And it also shows the total net worth. And to factor all that in, I have my work retirement, the Schwab account that I have open, which I don't have a whole lot in there right now. I would like to build that up and possibly use that for day trading, but I'm still a little undecided about that one. And then the Robinhood taxable account, and then so the Robinhood taxable account, it shouldn't say 1761, that's what's in the Roth, but I haven't updated everything as of right now. But I was planning on just doing ROIC stocks in the taxable account. That way I'm not taxed at the end of the year, or not taxed much. But I want to read up a little bit more on those exactly before I actually dive into that. And then next is the health savings account that me and my wife have open. Then after that is the savings account, which there's nothing in because we just moved into our new house after our old house was destroyed by a flood. So we're just getting back onto our feet with everything. So I haven't been able to put anything into savings because we've had to dip into there and get everything situated with stuff for the kids and stuff that we need as far as furniture and vehicles and stuff like that. So I went over to my investment page, which is the actual spreadsheet that I wanted to show you, and it just lists all of the stocks that are in the portfolio, how many shares, the dividend, like the average dividend payout would be, and then the annual dividend, and then the Q value means quarterly value, and then the annual dividend. So let's go to ALX real quick. Let's say I have 10 shares. So it automatically factors in 10 times 450 would be 45, and that's how much basically I'd be getting a quarter if I wasn't dripping into that share as far as reinvesting those dividends. So I would get 45 every 3 months, so every quarter. So go ahead and switch that back to 1 before I forget. As you can see, Misty is my highest paying one. So I just updated it because the most recent dividend is 138. That'll give me more of like an accurate monthly to quarterly payout. So I can kind of just base everything off of that. So as of right now, monthly, if I were to not drip, I would make $71.76 roughly, just from Misty alone, and then annual would be $861. But down here, I have it all labeled, so monthly, quarterly, and annually. That just shows how much I'd be making monthly, quarterly, and annually. I haven't updated this as to what the Robinhood account looks like right now, so it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty close. And then I've started the dividend tracker. So this is 2025 right here. So in the month of January, I made $535. Month of February, I made $16.75. And this month, as of right now, I've made $73.11. So the growth is there, but just because of Misty. I don't plan on keeping Misty forever, just like I don't plan on keeping all of these other monthly paying dividends. My goal is to have anywhere between 50 to 75 monthly paying dividends, and those 50 to 75 paying dividends would be buying into all of these other paying dividend stocks and growth dividend paying stocks. So the orange is the monthly, and the green is the quarterly paying dividends. But the red, those are the stocks that I had bought in after December, so at the beginning of 2025. But I planned on, or I did sell those, so that's what the red means. They're red right now because I don't own them, but I received dividends from them. So year to date, currently I've earned $95.21 from dividends. So not too bad just for being 3 months in. But I do plan on raising the Misty share count, and then after I reach, I'd say I'd be happy at around 500, then I would be buying more into the other monthly paying dividend stocks. And just to show the last page, which is something I do plan on starting possibly next year or within the next couple months after I reach the 2025 7,000 mark. After I reach that goal, then I would be starting my options trading, and then I would also be buying into the ROIC stocks once I read up a little bit more about it. So I still have time before I start these two side adventures, but I just want to talk about this chart real quick before I end this video. So this is just a simple pie chart. It shows that Robinhood owns 14% of the net worth. And then my retirement, which is not a lot, but I've been working really hard to get it up. That's at 80%. Savings is 0. And then I know it's really hard to see, but the HSA account, which is the health savings account, that's at 6%. So I feel like since I've started within the past year really diving into investing, I've really enjoyed it, but I've also seen a lot of growth. And I know that in my mind, I've gotten a lot better, because within the past couple years, I was really skeptical about getting back into it, because whenever I was doing options trading, I lost a lot. I lost maybe, $7,000 to $8,000. That might not be a lot to some people, but that's a lot to me. And whenever I lost that, I got really discouraged, and I didn't want to touch the stock market anymore. But then I got into dividend investing, and honestly, that's really changed me and how I think about it, because whenever I would see my portfolio drop, I would want to sell. Like, I don't want to lose money. No one does. But now that I have it in my head, like, I'm going to be getting these monthly and quarterly dividends regardless, unless for some reason the stock goes completely bankrupt and they aren't around anymore, they're not listed, or that they just say that they're not going to be giving out any more dividends. Then I can expect that there will be funds. Then I can expect that there will be, dividends that'll be paid to me. So whenever I see the share price drop, I see that as a good thing, as a good buying opportunity, buying stuff at a cheaper price at a discount. So I'm putting into my future earnings by buying more. And it's okay if the share price drops, because technically you only really lose your money is whenever you sell. So now that I have that in my head, I feel like I'm in a lot better standing right now. You can also find me on X, where I talk about the stocks that are in my portfolio and the changes that I'm making to it, as well as sports and politics and stuff like that that are pretty interesting. So go ahead and find me there, and we'll start a conversation. I also want to talk about this app that I've been using for the past couple weeks. It's called Acorns. I know it's been around for years, but I've really just been diving into it for the past couple weeks, and I'd say it's been paying off. So every time that I swipe my card at the gas station or at a restaurant, or just something small at Target or something like that, it rounds up to the nearest dollar, and those roundups are invested into different stocks. So it's one of those apps where you don't really have to look at what you're doing. You can manage it daily, weekly, whatever you feel like. But I've only been noticing it whenever I get the notification that a roundup has happened, meaning like it's been taken out of my bank account to be invested into these current stocks. So I'm going to quickly show you the ones that are in my portfolio. It's not very big right now. I've just started the past couple weeks, but currently the biggest holding that I have is VOO, and then IJH, IJR, IXUS, and then there's some bond ETFs, ISTB and AGG. I understand that $5 a week, or it could be up to $10 a week. I know it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but whenever you're investing even just a little bit, it's something. So it could eventually build up to be something substantial. But I've also noticed on this app that the dividends do show up, and I'm curious to see if that just goes into like your main account, or if it actually goes ahead and reinvests those dividends. So that's something that I'm going to have to watch and learn for myself. But also, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link for referral. So if I refer 2 people, then they're offering $500. So that's a lot for me, but also Each friend will also get $5 in bonus investment for you guys. So if you sign up under my link, then you get an extra $5, and that $5 would go into one of the stocks that you guys choose. You can upgrade your account to where you can actually individually pick the stocks that you're investing in. So I think that's a really cool aspect to this app. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the referral link at the bottom. It would be great if you guys would do that, but if not, that's okay. It's just one of those extra side tools that you can use to invest your spare change into. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you real soon.